Hello, Tara here. Gonna work on the ScrapRoom Freaky Fa Freaky Fast Friday formula for November. With Scraptember and October being Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 days of sketches. I haven't really done much in the way of the ScrapRoom challenges, so I thought I would dive in with one of those today. Had high hopes for what I was going to get accomplished today. It just hasn't happened. I had my lunch and then I sat down and then I fell asleep for 2 hours. So anyway, what I have done just in preparation is I have got my photos matted. So these are from, I think, 3 years ago. And I grabbed the October flavors of the month from the ScrapRoom. So it's Echo Park, what is it? Echo Park Monster Mash. And because the photos themselves are pretty neutral, I mean, really all you've got is a pop of orange for the pumpkins, I thought I'd just stick with the black and orange situation and just add in a little bit of green for a pop. And then I grabbed the Goblin sequin mix from Rachel Talman Company, whatever, because it's got lots of green, so I thought that would be nice against, and it's got some of the oranges. It does have some purple. I don't know if I might pick those out, but we'll see how that goes, because I think I'd like to make a little shaker. This was one of the die cuts that came in my packet. I have just fussy cut some of the little titles out of a couple of the pages. So they were, can't remember if these both came in the embellishment add-on or whether one was in the main kit too. But I just cut out a few bits, and then I did use this paper for my first mat on my photos, just so there was a little bit of lightness, because the orange and the green and the black was very dark. So got those, and I've cut my circles. So required is a 12-inch by 2.5 inch. So I used the stripe for that. A 9 by 5.5, and that's this green color that was on the back of the pumpkin paper. And then I cut my circles, all 3 of them out of 1. So this is a 6.5 inch circle, a 3 3/4 inch circle, and a 2-inch circle. And I've distressed all the edges. I gutted this piece out to use for my background matting, and then I just trimmed this one down, a piece of black cardstock. So beyond that, I'm not 100% sure how I want to configure things, but we will just get started here and see what comes of what we've got. So we had a whack of snow this week. Kind of started through the night on Halloween. And by November the 1st, when I woke up to take, well, I think I was up about 3:30 to take the dog out. I don't know what is with him, but he likes 3 o'clock in the morning to get up. There was already a ton of snow. And then by morning, it was ridiculous. I did take some pictures. I should post them. I'll just do it. Probably lay it with it. But, so then it snowed pretty off and on. I don't think there was any yesterday. Today's Saturday. So it was like Wednesday and Thursday we had snow. And then yesterday it started to warm up by the end of the day. And now it's just sloppy. Muddy and sloppy. All right. Are we in? Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. These photos were kind of, one's a little smaller. So I don't know if I want to do kind of a ledge situation or go this route, or do we want to cut the green piece so we can pull it apart and then have it be a little bit bigger underneath? And then you have a little more green showing. I think that's what. Just go ahead and do it. So I'll cut it a little lopsided so we have one side a little bit bigger than the other. Like so. Pull it out as far as we can, make the most of it. All right, so let's, I tend to usually go very bottom heavy. Let's do the opposite. Let's go, well, yeah, let's go top heavy and then have these kind of maybe like that. Actually, let's figure out what we're going to do before I start tacking stuff down. What? More of the stripey to show. So, as predicted, I had diddly squat for trick-or-treaters. I had 3. And I sent an extra candy bag home with one of them because her little sister had like pooped out for the night, so she was already home in bed. What did I say? I was going to go top heavy. So what if it's like that? No, then we're covering up his. And poor Braden, I don't have a picture. I kind of looked. I don't think there was any without his helmet mask type thing on. So, or maybe there wasn't. I just didn't pick it up. Oh, that I kind of like that. Brings a kind of a horizontal element to what we've got going on vertically. And then this will be my shaker pocket. Do we want to just kind of maybe like so? And then we'll tuck these. And then the other thing I had, and they're so cute, was the Scrappin Happy Studio flair. And look at, there's one with the, I don't even know. I'm not a Star Wars gal, but my niece and her family are. So we've got, is it a stormtrooper in the news? I don't know. And the little baby, whatever his name is. So how cute are those with, and the colors work nice. So had to get those. As soon as I saw these pictures, I knew I had to get those. So we've got those. I've got some stickers pulled. Let's just start bashing stuff down here. Okay. Yeah, so Halloween is over with and we can all move on with our lives. Now everybody, I guess in the States, you guys are, your next thing is Thanksgiving. Up here, it's Remembrance Day. I don't know, do you guys do? Ours is on the 11th of November. And I always thought the rule of thumb should be you don't start Christmas decorating or do anything Christmassy until after Remembrance Day. But a lot of people do start. And there's already commercials starting. Ugh. Come on. Let's do this one first. Okay, I'm going to go over as far as I can. I watched, what was the new one? Oh, for heaven's sake. Not, it's the Mike Flanagan series, The Fall of the House of Usher. Did anybody watch that? What did you think of that? I do really enjoy his stuff. That the gory and like, I don't know. I like horror, but I like kind of more cerebral stuff. And this, you're like constantly looking for the Easter eggs and the hidden stuff in his stuff. So I don't know if there was really anything hidden. I need to go read the Edgar Allan Poe stuff now. I can remember reading some of it back in the day, but I can't remember anything anymore. So it's time to go back and rewatch some of this stuff, so that sometimes it's nice to go back after you've watched something that is based on it. Like, I want to reread like Hamlet now because of Sons of Anarchy, like, you know, how it's kind of loosely based on that, and that kind of stuff. My son always liked the Shakespeare stuff when he was doing English in school, and his girlfriend loves, what is the one that she likes now? It's one that I always didn't like. The heck is that one called now? It's one that's not as popular. Anyway, I need to start bumping up my my literature choices. I haven't been reading a whole lot lately. I find with the Lyme disease that it's kind of hard to focus, which is a pain. It's like you read something and then you forget what you've read, like immediately. And even to just get through a page, you tend to fall asleep. Like, I fall asleep so easy that it's hard to read. But I went to I went for a sleep study because apparently I snore, and I denied it for a long time, but I think the jig is up. And I have severe sleep apnea, so I have to go back for another overnighter, and then they get you fitted for your machine. But I thought that you got it right then, but I don't think you do. Like, I think you got to wait again. So now that I know that might make a difference on how exhausted I am all the time, I'm like keen to get going with it. But it's just, you know, you waited. I forget when I got my appointment. It was way back at the beginning of the summer is when they called to set up the appointment. And then I went in the beginning of September for my actual appointment, and then you go back a month later for your results, and then it's still another like almost a month before you get to go back for the fitting. And then I don't know how long you gotta wait after that. It's just, I just want to get going at it so I can get a decent night's sleep. Should we do like, no, let's do, we do the little one on that side. Little cheeks. Oh God. You know what? That's my favorite thing about little guys is those, and girls. I call them all guys, the little guys. The cheeks. Like, my goodness. Those squishy little puffy cheeks just are my undoing. My kids all had real. How did I have that? Doggone it. I moved it and then I forgot. Did I have the big one here first? I think I did. Do I want to pop that guy up? And then, was it like this? And then where was I going to do the shaker pocket? Down here? Gotta remember that I don't want it like 1,000 feet high. Let's, don't wreck it. What if we did our shaker there, and then this little circly bit here? That'll be nice. Spread it out so it's not all clustered together. I do enjoy a cluster, but everything can't be clustered up. And this was kind of going to be my title, I think. What's that look like? This is very white, right in the middle. All right, let's just get these ones down, and then we can go from there. And let's do them a little on the angle. Some foam behind him. So it really warmed up today. I think it was like it was at freezing, so that's like, or it was below freezing the one morning, obviously, if the snow was here. And now it was, I think, 15 this morning when I was first out, so I don't even know what it is now. I haven't checked just lately. But it is wet out there. Like when you walk, it goes, I won't make the noise, but it makes the squelching sound. And so we haven't even started taking corn off yet out of the field. So that is going to be a great mess. I'm kind of waiting right now for it to dry up a little bit so you don't rut everything up. Oh, so we've got Wicked Cute, Which Way to the Candy, and Frightful and Delightful, but maybe this is 3, so maybe we keep that one out. So we're not overrun, because I do have some smaller bits that have some little titles. Where did I have this one now? Was it up here? I don't think I want it up there. I think just enough so we cover both borders. Or, oh, how about we do this? Bring it right down onto this big circle. And then it's not, yeah, like that. So we need a bit of whatchamacallit. I just have this stupid stick-it note here because I notice there's a glare constantly from one of my lights, and I don't quite know what to do about it. I don't know if climbing up and putting something over top of it will solve my issue. Might try and figure that out today too. And I did buy a few other lights to kind of come in from the side to get rid of some of these shadows, and I just haven't tackled that yet. Now I need it on the top, right? Yeah. I am far from professional, but we just work our way at it. I do have too much on. I want it to be, yeah. Work in progress. Always a work in progress. How about that? So all the, what's today? Today's the 3rd, the 4th. Lots of kit launching and so on at the beginning of the month. Did everybody, well, I guess first of all, do a lot of people subscribe to kits anymore, or do you just kind of buy the one-off, or do you work from your stash? I find them a little more productive when I work with kits. Even if it's stuff that I make up myself, I find them a little more productive, but let's see, I did have a little piece. Is this one big enough? No, not quite. It's the old, if you have too much to pick from. It takes me forever to get anything accomplished. So the limited supplies, without being too limited, because then I find it even harder. And then these are just, these are Judikins embossable window plastic. I haven't used them in the embosser yet. I just found that it's a nice little size to mess around with. Shaker pockets. Let's use their little. Yeah, so what did we get ordered this week? We got not just for boys. And they had a couple of page kits this month. They had, she's been doing, they, I guess there's two ladies that run it. They've been doing two, what am I talking about? They have been doing these really discounted page kits, and from the looks of it, it's to kind of to use up some of probably stock that they, this is my opinion, that they ordered in for kits and then ended up not using. So they're selling them, they're coming up with these cute little page kits to use them up and selling them really cheap, which I think is super smart. So this month it was Echo Park Fall Fever, and from last year. And I really liked that line, so I was more than happy to grab that. And then there was a fun, it was a kind of baking themed, and used Simple Stories product, but she did it, it was really clever. She did it so that you could do either Christmas or Thanksgiving or both. Just the way that the embellishments and how you cut stuff. So I thought that was a great idea. So, and the thing is, I don't do a whole lot of baking right now. I just don't have the energy, but you never know. Get a bit of sleep and a lot of things can change. And I do have, one year I decided I was going to do like a huge Christmas album. So I took like basically everything, pictures you would take for December daily. But this was, I can't even remember if they were doing them yet. This was like, the kids were small. I can't even remember if Paul was born. Yes, he was. No, he wasn't. Yeah, I think he was. So it, now, what am I going to back this with? Because I do, sometimes I like to have another piece of clear behind, just so you can see the background paper. But when we're kind of straddling a couple of different things, I don't want to do that. So I don't think I want white, unless we just, unless I go back in with the stars in the background. But is that competing too much? Perhaps. Sometimes there's like a cute little something on the back that you could, it's like a smaller pattern, so you're not digging into too much. Oh, here. Throwing stuff and finding things. So this must have been off of something that I cut up. Is that big enough? No. Daggone it. That's not big enough. What about the purple? Just for a different splash. And then a lot of it would be covered up by the sequins. No, that looks goofy. Oh, what if did the eyeballs in behind there? Yeah, because I could still use this bit. Anyhow, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So I've got all these pictures, and so I've got pictures of the kids. Did I cut that big enough? Decorating the cookies or gingerbread or something. And so I should, and it was kind of before phone photos, so I know I have it saved on a hard drive or a CD, like an external hard drive or a CD somewhere, but be darned if I know where that is. And I set these pictures aside, like there's like a stack of them. Pictures of them decorating the tree and everything, and I can't find them. I think they're upstairs in one of the rooms. Like I do have a bit of scrap, like because I've moved rooms so many times at this point. And this was before I had my store. So at that point, I think I moved pretty well everything scrapbooking related into the store. And then when we came home, a lot of it I had kind of up in storage, and then tried to move a lot of it down here when we were supposed to be building a house for next year. So I have to go through everything and see what's what. So I should do a massive purge of my scrapbooking stuff, but we'll see if that happens. All right, now we have to decide if we want to include many of these purples. So let's do this. So it's kind of a pinky purple, and I think it helps the orange and the green stand out a bit more. So let's just go with it. Now, is that enough? I think so. Now, so yeah, not just for boys. So I'm kind of, oh, that's pretty. And you can kind of see the eyeballs peeking out. That's kind of cute. So let's bump him up. Yeah, so there's not just for boys. And then the scrap room. What were the collections? There was, oh, good. What do you call it? The Acorn Lane from Simple Stories was one, which I was going to buy a few sheets just because I didn't want a whole bunch, but I did want a few more because there's a few included in the Mercy Tier kit. And what else was there? What was the there was a Bella Boulevard, there was an Echo Park, there was, they seem to like the same companies every month, so it's like Bella Boulevard, Echo Park, Photo Play. Was there a Cartabella one in this one? Simple Stories. I'm waiting for, they haven't done a 49 and Market one in the last little bit, and I'm waiting for a couple of those to, I don't necessarily want the fall one. Which way is up? But what's that? There's a new one out that is really pretty that I was hoping to get my hands on, but I'm terrible for just buying the whole collection and then just not really using it. So that's why I started subscribing to the ScrapRoom, because I thought if I have a little bit, I'm not tempted to go crazy and buy the whole collection. Doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes I still want it, but especially after I've played with it and realized, yeah, this is a collection that suits my themes, I guess. Themes or colors. The kind of colors that I enjoy. Like, because if it's stuff that you don't like, you're not going to use it. What was the Photo Play one? Oh, it was the one with those really beautiful, like, kind of graphic fall trees. They almost look like they're stitched or something. That's going to be pretty. All right. Get this guy down. Okay, I don't want it this to line up exactly with that. Then it ends up looking too, I don't know what. How's that? All right. So everything's stuck down. Now let's find spots for these. We'll do I guess we can do this as one embellishment cluster, which means I want one kind of here. And we'll pull the green up to this area. Do we want to go right out, or do we want to go up? It's some dead space there that we could cover up and bring it in over top of the photo, maybe. Yeah. So I've still got a ton of sketches to get through from Christy's Beautiful Life, because I only did, I think I have not a ton, but I have at least a week, although I have done 2. I just got to get them up. I didn't do videos, but because I've been super tired this week, so I just kind of have been working like 15 minutes here and 15 minutes there, and it really disjointed. So to do a video is not gonna be very good. So, and then oh no, I have one for Christy's Beautiful Life, and then I have one for the Scrap-A-Sketch birthday sketches. So I have 3 more of those to do. So I think probably the next, I'm going to try and do one of those yet today. What's this here? I think I need a little shallow pop dot. Do you guys use a lot of foam? I love different thicknesses of foam. So you've got 1 millimeter, and the 2 millimeter are kind of, I use the 1 millimeter a lot because it just gives a little bit of a bump, and then you can double them up if you want to make them a little bit thicker. But in Mercy Tierra's kits, Tracy started in offering a adhesive bundle, and in that she has, it's the American Crafts Sticky Thumb pop dots. Well, they're not dots, they're squares, but I have never used those before, and they are like a 3 millimeter one, so it's nice to have those 3 different heights to play with. Is that straight? No Tricks, Just Treats. It looks just slightly off, and I mean, it's either got to be straight or really crooked, or it looks stupid. It's not straight. Yeah, so I find I don't use the 3 millimeter height as much as my other faves, but it's nice to have that option to just keep moving along quickly instead of having to add and add and add to get the height that you want. Okay. So now I've got a few little stickers pulled. Kind of stuck with anything that was just mostly green to put, because there wasn't very much. So we've got October 30th. Let's do the anything with words first, because I like to space out the words. Too Cute to Spook. That's as wicked cute, so that's not going to work. Frightful and Delightful. It's green, so I want to do one green one here. Boop. October 3rd, we'll put this other green one here maybe. And then the pumpkin can go down here. Now, let's put, I had meant to pause and then come back, and we've just kind of carried on. I hope this hasn't become too boring. I just sit here babbling away. It's like I'm home alone. I talk to myself all the time. Or the dog, although the dog's having a nap. He's been a little bugger. Just lately, well, you know, a bit of a bugger, but just bugging the heck out of the cat today. My God. The cat's like, "Rah!" And wanting out. Like he's had it, like he wants no part of what's going on in the house at this point. He's a cat that likes to lay on your legs, which is nice when your legs are cold, but then at a certain point, it's you get too hot. You have to kick him off, and then he's mad. He's not bad in here for bugging, but if I'm trying to do paperwork like for the farm, he's all up in my business. He likes to lay on file folders full of paperwork that you're actually working on, so I have to like set up a decoy file that I'm pretending to use, so then he'll lay on that and then leave what I'm actually using alone. So I have to keep acting like I'm going back to it, or he'll like clue in and hop on the stuff that I'm trying to read. And he's usually just been outside about the time that he wants on, so then you've got muddy cat prints all over your paperwork, and then when I send that to the accountant, it look like a bunch of idiots. Okay. And my accountant, the lady that worked in that particular, that was kind of our liaison, she retired last year, so I have a new fella, and I don't want him to know how much of a mess I am. Jenny had gotten used to me, so I didn't have to hide my messiness from her as much, but I don't want this fella to know what a nightmare I am. Every year I think, okay, this is the year that I'm going to have everything that they need, and then they're not going to have to ask me any questions, and I will feel victorious. And hasn't happened yet. Every year there's still a page full of questions, or making my head hurt. Okay, so we've got our wordy bits on and our pumpkin. Now I've got a few eyeballs. He can go there, and let's use one of our 3mm. If I can find where I stuck them. Here they are. Yeah, so Mercy Tira, those don't come out until later in the month. But she did give a preview for her one on her Patreon live last week, so I'm pumped about getting those, because it's a few items that I had wanted, but I hadn't ordered because I thought, I bet a lot of these are things that she's going to include in her kit. Just getting on to what she likes for product and what she likes to include in the kit, and a couple of the things I was right about. And now do we want the second? Yeah, right there. And then, now this one has a bit of purple. I thought just do a little splash. So we've got a bit of purple here. And I think I will include a few purple sequins scattered around so I can make up for that there. But purple here. What if we did all, I've got three candies. Let's do them all in it, like almost like a like a little enamel dot cluster. Running down this way. Oh, there goes Paul. Paul's going fishing. Burr. you couldn't pay me to go out fishing today. All right, and I did a couple of stars. So if we've got some extras here, they're very green, and then it's green, 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 green. But we'll sort that out with our with our sequins. Sometimes the tone on tone is nice though. Oh, drat. I haven't, sorry, didn't mean to scare you. I haven't used these guys. Gotta use these guys. All right, so this one has lots of green in it, so we'll pull him. Maybe, can we tuck him right under there? Or, no, he's cute. Let's do the two right there. Will he fit? I'll maybe have him, because we've got circles running down. Maybe we just make that. Maybe we just include them like that instead of worrying about embellishment clusters like I usually do. So we'll do like that. And then one up here. And then one there. Yeah. Okay. Or do we want him? I want him bumped up. He needs to be bumped up and be seen and heard. So these are some other foam adhesives that I'd gotten, and these ones are from scrapbook.com. I don't really like them. They're just so fiddly. I know it's kind of handy to have little ones, but they just work on my last nerve sometimes when you're trying to get that adhesive bit off. All right, so this one needs it on the side. See what I mean? That's what I like about, what are these ones? These are 3M maybe? They're just so, oh, scrapbook adhesives, 3L. They're just so easy to use. They're probably, I don't know, I didn't even really figure out cost-wise what the damage is, but sometimes your sanity is worth more than a couple of bucks. Him over here. Or up here, covering up this little corner. Because then that's this could be moved. No, I can't. Oh, don't wrinkle it. Kind of want it here, but then you've got this little dead space showing. This little bit of orange. If you have it showing, you want a little more. Okay, let's put them right there. And then Scrappin Happy Studio, she launched a bunch of Christmassy type stuff the other day, yesterday. So I got a little bit of Christmas and a little bit of fall, but she didn't have a Happy Mail box this month, which was probably good because I probably would have gotten it. There, let's do like that. And then we have one left, and then we can start thinking about sequins. I have been on a sequin kick lately, which is good because that means I'm using them up. All right, so let's, where do we want some? Bunch of different spots, I think, but I don't think I want a whole heck of a lot. We'll just do a few up here, a few over here, just kind of around our embellishment areas. These stars are cute, the green stars. And we'll do like these around here, and then there's a couple of the pinks and the purples, so that pulls in a different color. Oh, we need a different color over there. The orange is really pretty too. It's not like a bright, I guess it is a pumpkin orange, but it's got a little bit more depth to it, like a little, very pretty. And, here, one little green star there. Okay, so let's see if our glue is going to cooperate. Sometimes it does, and sometimes you really have to get cross with it for it to work for you. I should. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we're all right. Okay. Oh, I still have that little star there. Okay. There's something I'm bad for forgetting which hand the glue's in and which hand the piggy stick is in, and then I'll just stick the glue tip down right onto the sequin. It's aggravating. Come on, eat off. There's something very relaxing about applying sequins this way, though. Like, I could probably just sit here and do this most of the day. I want to try, actually my next video, I'm going to say it out loud so I make myself do it. I want to try sewing sequins on, because that's something I haven't done. And one of the monthly challenge at Not Just for Boys this month was to try something new. And I was trying to think of something that I haven't done. And when you've been scrapbooking a long time and you like to experiment, there isn't a lot that you haven't tried at least once. And I wanted to be kind of honest about it and not just say, oh no, I haven't done that before, and meanwhile you've done it a bunch or at least once or twice. So, but I know I haven't sewn sequins onto a layout, so that is going to be what I attempt next, I think. Got to keep doing different stuff or you get bored. Well, there's even, oh no, it's like an iridescent, it's purple, but it's got a bit of blue in it. That's fun. So this was from last month's Rachel Talman Company, I keep saying company, sequin mix subscription, and this one was called Goblin, and it's super cute. Got some nice colors in it. And I did get her advent calendar. I opened them all because who was able to wait? Like, if you get an advent calendar, are you able to wait to open something every day? Or are you like me and you're just like, rah, as soon as you get it, you got to open it? Because I could not wait to save my life. Keep getting glue on the end of this, probably through that wee hole. Anyway, what a nice variety of colors. It sold out super quick. So I think she said she's doing like pre-orders for the Valentine one so that people, don't get upset about, like, I mean, I'm sure nobody was calling and threatening her life or anything. God, I hope not. But people were a little bummed that they couldn't get it. Luckily, I remembered kind of in time, because usually I forget things very easily. I'll have good intentions and then you know how it goes. And I mean, at the end of the day, you remember the important stuff. Ordering a advent calendar of sequins is not life or death. Okay, I think that's going to be good for sequins. But do we need anything else? Kind of need, how about some white splatters? I just got, this one is the Pearl Next Door. So it's from Shimmers, and it's like the white one, but it's got just a touch of a sheen to it. So let's use it. Because it's not quite as stark as the white, but it's very pretty. Yeah. Don't want to get splashes on poor little Cameron's face. Cover up those cheeks, that would be a crime. Okay. Are you gonna work for me, splatters? Yeah, I just got these ones the other day. I know they've been out for a while, but I still have like stuff from when I had the store that has never been opened, so it's still good. It's not dried out, but I'm a little more inspired when it's stuff that I haven't owned for 13, 14 years. So when this dries, it is a little less, not a whole lot. Oh, drat. Where are my Q-tips? Where did I? There's one. Gotta be able to read stuff. And this just kind of, if you're careful about it, it sops up enough that you can still read what you're doing without making a mess. So let's call that done. Cute. So we've got our Scrappin Happy Studio flair, and we've got our Rachel Talman Co. sequins, and we've got our Echo Park Monster Mash from the ScrapRoom, and our Freaky Fast formula for the month. There, got something accomplished today anyway. Whether I get nothing else done, at least I've got one. Anyway, thanks for hanging in there if you're still kicking around, and we will talk to you again. Bye now.